Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. Guess who mowed their lawn? Guess who mowed their lawn? Guess who mowed their lawn? It's me, and I get a gold star and cookies. It's weather time! A low pressure system is bringing snow to New England and thunderstorms to the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic today. Still got elevated critical fire conditions for portions of the southern plains and the southwest today, and relief is arriving from the northwestern and north central U.S. heat waves. What about everybody else? Let's check those temperatures. We've got Washington and Oregon in the 40s and 50s. California trending back downwards into the high 80s and high 60s for NorCal, 85 to 78 for SoCal. Mountain states, again, we've got 50s and 60s up top, 60s and 70s trending down into the southwest until you hit Arizona and New Mexico, where we are still a little cooler than we were yesterday, but they are getting still up into the 100-degree temperatures down at the border of Arizona and Mexico and New Mexico, Mexico and Texas. 40s and 50s for the top half of the plains, 60s by the time you hit Kansas, but it goes up pretty sharply into the 90s for me in Oklahoma, but the rest of Texas in the high 90s and high 80s, 85 down at the tip. Lake states, we've got 20s, 30s, and 40s, and 50s all right there in the lake area, and it very quickly jumps up into the 70s and 80s. The 80s continue from about mid-Ohio all the way down to the Gulf. New England, you've got 30s and 40s. It warms up into the 50s by the time you hit the south part of New York and the city. Pennsylvania and New Jersey in the 70s, and then everywhere further south than that, you're in the high 80s. Except for you, Florida, you're in the low 80s, 82 and 81 at the tip of the peanuts. Spring, and therefore more nighttime, has been reaching the southern hemisphere. Antarctica, sitting at 14 degrees, is now dark on our radar screen at the time that I do the weather forecast. Wind from the south at 32 miles per hour with gusts up to 48, giving them a real feel of negative 16 degrees and cloudy skies. Puerto Rico! An increase in moisture and cloudiness associated with the frontal boundary is going to enhance periods of moderate to heavy showers for you across the island today. Most areas can expect a limited flooding threat. However, the interior and the western interior have an elevated flooding risk, including urban and low-lying flooding, as well as a rapid rise in small streams. Small craft advisory around the north half of the island once you get offshore, but that rip current statement in effect for all of the north half of the island right along the beaches. Daytime high temperatures, 82, 85 up on the north coast, 80 for the east, 85 on the south, 86 for the west, 75 for the interior, 85 for the U.S. Virgin Islands except St. Croix, 81. Alaska, I just see a little blip of precipitation there down in the south in the Gulf of Alaska. You may or may not get that, but overall the hazards are reading as windy and cold. Let's check your temperatures. Cold indeed, depending on where you are. Might be colder, might be a little slightly less cold, but everywhere it's pretty cold. We've got 7 and -2 up on the Arctic Circle. The rest of the state seeing lots of single digits and low teen temperatures. 35 to 15 for the Aleutians, 36, 31 near Anchorage, and 31 for the Panhandlers. Hawaii, I am so sorry to report. We've got bands of heavy showers, thunderstorms continuing over coastal waters, especially in the central and eastern waters, as low Kona continues to impact the state. Prevailing southerly winds to locally breezy winds are continuing across the area as well. Basically, that red area is your flash flood warning. All of the orange is your special marine warning. Your winter storm warning up at the tip of the Big Island peaks. Flood advisories anywhere it's bright green, basically everywhere. High surf advisories around the coastlines, especially on the north and west side of the island chain. And flood watches in effect almost everywhere, so check your locals. All right, Weather Renos, have an awesome day. Stay safe out there. Be prepared for whatever weather is coming your way today. And remember that you are the eyes of the world. You're literally the universe looking at itself. That's what you are. That's this whole thing we're doing here. Go observe!